2017's It was directed by Andy Muschietti, and it stars Jaden Lieber as Bill Denbrough, Jeremy Ray Taylor as Ben Hanscom, Sophia Lillis as Beverly Marsh, Finn Wolfhard as Richie Tozier, Chosen Jacobs as Mike Hanlon, Jake Dylan Grazer as Eddie Kasprak, Wyatt Olef as Stanley Urus, and Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. It is the story of a group of friends who come together to fight an evil, shape-shifting clown called Pennywise. Bill lost his brother Georgie to Pennywise, and now he's trying to save him. He has a lisp and he's in love with Molly Ringwald, Beverly Marsh. He's afraid that Georgie is dead. Ben is the new kid on the block. He listens to New Kids on the Block. He's been researching the history of the mysterious town he's in, and he's let the others know that something strange is afoot. He's also in love with Beverly. He's afraid of the undead, the unknown. He's afraid of Pennywise. Beverly is a girl, not a boy. This makes her different. She's not in love with anyone, but she likes Bill more than Ben. She's afraid of her father and blood. Richie is a wisecracking smart aleck. He's Bill's best friend. He's afraid of clowns. Mike is a homeschool kid who works in an abattoir. He's afraid of being killed in a horrific way. Eddie is a hypochondriac. He's constantly complaining about doing things that his overbearing mother would disapprove of. He's afraid of germs. Stanley is a little Jewish boy who also likes to complain, but not as much as Eddie. Stanley just wants to have fun this summer, but instead he keeps getting dragged into supernatural adventures with his friends. What a drag. He's afraid of a creepy painting in his father's office. Pennywise is a demonic, shape-shifting, possibly immortal clown who feeds on the fear and flesh of young children. He comes out every 27 years to feed, and he lives in the sewers, because sewers are creepy as fuck. I think the cinematography in this film is superb. Chung Boon Chung composed some really impressive shots. I also think the art, makeup, and costume departments deserve some kudos for making this film look like it takes place in the 1980s, and for making Skarsgård look pretty damn frightening. There are three interrelated things wrong with the movie as I see it: the screenplay, the lack of tension, and Skarsgård. Don't get me wrong, I did not hate everything about the screenplay. I liked that the writers intended for the film to be much darker and graphically disturbing than the miniseries, and elements of the film did succeed in doing that. Although I wish they had pushed them further, I liked the scenes in which we learn of the children's fears, but the scenes with Pennywise just don't feel very imaginative to me. We find out what each kid is afraid of, and then Pennywise chases or lunges at them, but he doesn't abduct them because he's trying to make them afraid, right? Or more afraid. It's only when they are super duper extra afraid does he abduct them, or he intends to abduct them. But what about Georgie? He wasn't as afraid as Eddie was when he saw the leper. He was mildly confused at best, yet Pennywise bites his fucking arm off. Pennywise just seems to lack motivation. He's super hungry, but he keeps letting them escape. Also, does he feed on flesh or fear? I guess it must be both, and not one or the other, because he has all those kids floating around his spaceship / comet / pile of toys, but he doesn't eat them. Why? Why did he only attack Georgie?
That does not make sense!
Also, changing the connotation of floating was so lame. What's scarier, a drowned corpse face down in a sewer, rats and maggots gnawing and pulsing beneath the decaying grey flesh, or a frozen child revolving around an evil version of the Bubble Room from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I feel like the film lacks tension because it was trying to scare me from the beginning. Literally, the very beginning of the film. Georgie goes into the cellar to get wax for his boat, and the cellar can't just be a creepy and ominous cellar. They have to pepper in jump scares. Why? By constantly jolting us with jump scares, tension cannot build. I wish this lesson would finally sink in. Jump scares are not scary. They release tension. They do not build tension. Muschietti did do a much better job with this film than he did with Mama, his first film, but the performances were still fairly unimpressive overall. I don't know how Rob Reiner got those kids to deliver such damn good performances in Stand By Me, but in my opinion, this group of youngsters were average. I'm not coming down on Skarsgård. I think he did a good job. It's more that he wasn't right for the part. He's too young. What made Pennywise so disturbing in the miniseries was that he was a middle-aged dude dressed up as a clown. You don't need CGI to make Tim Curry look creepy. He's creepy already. I did not love this movie. I thought it was okay. It's a hell of a lot better than the horror we've become accustomed to, but it does not compare to the classics. It's not even as good as the miniseries. The miniseries is not good overall, but the first half of the miniseries is pretty damn good because of Tim Curry. And the children's performances are pretty damn freaking good. This film is not a very good film. We wanted it to be good. They told us it was going to be good. They made a big deal about how good it's going to be. Look at how scary Skarsgård looks. It didn't pay off, and I knew it wasn't going to pay off, and I feel vindicated, but also disappointed, because I wanted the film to be good. You know, I want a good horror film. I love good horror films. I want one. But this isn't a great horror film. It's a good horror film, but it's not great. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up or share it around, or both. If you have anything to say about my review, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, if you just like the movie, you want to say something about it, leave that in the comments section below. If you want to see more reviews like this in the future, subscribe to my channel.